Thank you, Diane.
Test this like this. Is that good? Can you hear me? Okay, I'll just keep it like this. Well, you heard the brief bio. I was born in the Joliet, Illinois area. Yay! Yay! And anyway, I had one of four children. My brother was oldest, and then there were three girls. I was the oldest girl. And my mother did not work. My dad was a sole provider, and we had one car back in the day. And so when I wanted a Barbie doll when I was 9 years old, and it was just out, and it was my first Barbie, and they were $11, which was really a lot of money for a family of four with only one working parent. And my mother told me I had to go earn it. They couldn't afford to do that for me. So we had some neighbors across the street, the O'Connells, that had a family, their family farm with their relatives. And so I went with the O'Connells in the morning, 6 in the morning, went out to the farm, and I peeled onions, green onions, 10 in a bunch, 5 cents a bunch for 2 weeks, and I played a lot with the Bracero workers. And I got my $11, and that was my first Barbie doll. So I was really excited about that, the opportunity. And then we moved to California because my sister was born with rheumatoid arthritis. She was a child. She was 5 years old, and she had rheumatoid arthritis, and her knees were like the size of an adult's. She couldn't walk. She was crippling. I spent 6 weeks in the hospital at that time in Chicago, so she was far from home. So we decided, my dad got a transfer with General Foods, and we moved to La Puente Baldwin Park area in a street that was later annexed into West Covina. And so we moved there when I was 10 years old, and things were really good. My sister got better. She actually, the warmer climates and the good care of Chalk Hospital, actually, she is now 62 years old, and you would not know she has arthritis, but she still does. That's the sin of that disease, that nobody can tell. And so she still has deterioration, but she's just great. She's into everything, and she's never let it hold her up. And so, she's very healthy, and that's every other way. So anyway, but when I was 17, I graduated from high school early because my father was ill and was out of work. He was ill. My mother had never worked, and so she went to work for J.C. Penney's, got a clerical job, her very first job, and I carpooled from West Covina into Los Angeles for my first job, and I made the house payment and the car payment for 2 years, and my mother took care of everything else. Well, then my brother was back from Vietnam, because he was in Vietnam during this time, so he was back from Vietnam. My father got back and got a job. I moved to the Newport Beach area with a girlfriend who actually lives in Carlsbad. We reconnected. And I never looked back. I stayed on the coast from that time forward. Then when I was 20, I got my first opportunity because of the girlfriend that I had as a roommate. Her name is Linda Piggy Jim, and she lives in Carlsbad. She got me my first job with the Security Pacific Bank back then. You guys remember, Security Bank was a big California bank. So I started in that clerical level, and I noticed that all the people coming through on management training programs, I was training them, and they were moving on. So I decided I really didn't like that, because I was jumping from clerical position to others, and I was moving up the ladder, but I really decided I needed a college education. So I went because I was in California, and this is the real crux of this whole story, I was in California where we have a community college system, which you've just heard a great deal about. And we had a university system. At 23, I put myself back through college, night school, transferring from spot to spot, working my way up the corporate ladder. And I started out in a clerical position. I went to running a branch bank. Then I got into commercial credit, and that was lending to middle market companies under $100 million in sales. It's all secured. So widget manufacturers, we underwrote inventory, receivable lines. We did warehousing lines for auto dealers, and then we did mortgage warehousing lines, we just a little bit of everything, and builders, secured, bricks and sticks type lending, anything that was secured and that was 100 million or less in sales for a company, we were able to do. And so I did that, and then I spent the last 8 years, B of A had bought out Security Pacific Bank, and I spent the last 8 years doing financing publicly traded home builders nationwide and actually internationally, because some of them were building out of the country, and large privates. And I handled publicly traded corporations and capital markets products. So I had a full spectrum of banking. And through that path, I actually got my degree from UCI in economics. And I raised my daughter. I had a few stops and starts along the way, but once I got to UCI, I just kept it going. And so I graduated as an adult, and all the time working my way up to corporate ladder, and nobody ever knew I did not have a degree. It was just, it was an amazing thing, because I stayed in the same spot. But I really value the education and the experience that I had growing up here in California. So I helped my city incorporate in 1989. That was Dana Point Incorporated along with Laguna Niguel. You all know Pat Bates, right? Pat Bates, our state senator. Well, Pat Bates was Laguna Niguel, their first mayor, and a lady named Judy Carreri, who I supported, I worked with, was our first mayor. And so they were neck and neck. We fought over who got the coastline, and Dana Point won. So Pat and I weren't friends back then, but we sure are now. So anyway, long history of politics and helping the city incorporate. And so in 2004, I decided to run for my city council. In 2006, I was mayor. 2008, I went to the state legislature serving North San Diego County and South Orange County, and we've got a lot of the same issues. We're at the end of the fight for the funding from the county. We only have one representative everywhere. There's a lot of the same issues. And then I left that after 6 years. I was going to be termed out, so 3 years in, I decided to run for California State Board of Equalization, that I absolutely loved because it was back to policy, analysis, working with small businesses, individuals, large corporations, property tax. It was just everything I loved. It was very analytical, and so I was doing that. And I was the first Republican chair in 15 years of that board. Which shows you that even in this state, if you know, you can always row. You've got to figure out when to hold them, when to fold them, and how to make progress in your direction. There's no home runs for our side in the state, but we can progress, and we really did. We made regulatory reforms from the state board that got 5-0 votes. I worked with the staff. We had staff that was 30-year staff on our board that were former tax attorneys, CPAs with the DOE, the FTB, and they were on our staff. We had lightning in a bottle from staff. If you had a problem with any tax issue, we were able to get it done, get it better, make it go away, depending on what the issue was, because most of tax is subjective. You know, audits are subjective. What you prove, you have to prove yourself. And what the burden of proof is also subjective. Because a lot of times you don't have every record, but you have enough to make a case. Well, if you're talking to the local auditor, they don't, you know, they're keep asking you for more. But when you talk to us, we would make your case, help you put it together, tell you what you needed, but you had to do your homework. We had to have something, and then we would present and to the board through a chain of command. We never reached into the staff because they are civil service. They are union, and you don't. There's 4,800 of them, and you don't want to mess with that process at all. So we would give to their executive team that we actually appointed from within the board, and the executive team then would take it down and resolve it for you. But we always got great results. So we resolved over 400 different issues for taxpayers. We're actually close to 500 because I'm still in that position. But it's a fabulous job. I got called in January to run for Daryl Ice's seat, and I told him immediately no, because that was the first easy re-elect I would have had. And let me tell you, this job is basically $150,000 a year, a state car, all the pomp and circumstance that you would ever want, and insurance, and this and that. And no retirement, but insurance, you can self-fund. But I had another 4 years to just cruise, okay, and enjoy my life. And Daryl talked, and I thought, okay. So I told him no. I told him no at first. Oh no, there's no way, absolutely no way. So I went back and talked to the family, and then a couple days later, after a lot of encouragement, a lot of phone calls, I decided to do this. And let me tell you, it has not been easy, but it was very easy on the Republican side, because I built connections with the county party, with the elected officials. I helped them run elections. We always work as a team down in San Diego. It's an amazing thing. You have the most wonderful county party. I don't think you understand how unique it is, but it is very unique. Everybody rows together. Once you're endorsed, you row together. And if you don't, you're foolish. Because there's no way that you can win a Republican election without your county party. Now, that's not true in every county, but I will tell you, this county is a machine, and it's all about teamwork, because you cannot run for election, you cannot be an elected official and be alone. You need votes, and you need people, to support you. And the one thing this county party does is give you automatic foot soldiers. And it was the same in Orange County. I got my endorsement from Orange County out the gate because they knew me. They'd been through everything. They trusted me. I supported them. I always wrote checks and helped them from my campaign accounts, help fund their operations, whatever they needed. Because it helps the whole team, including you. You have to participate. And so we have joint precinct walks. We do everything. So I got that county party endorsement pretty easily. And then a couple months later, I ended up with San Diego. So then I knew I was home free, and I knew I was going to win this primary. Then I knew it would be the tough part. And in fact, it was. It is very hard. I have raised, since I had about $250,000 in the BOE account, which I could not transfer. So I donate some to county parties, I give some to campaigns, to different people in campaigns. I did what I had to do to ensure that that money was well spent and on Republicans. And so, and also donated money to Prop 6. I think about $50,000 between the initiative and between Mr. DeMaio. I think it was about $50,000 went to Prop 6, because I really believe in that. That is so important. So yes on 6. Yes on 6. Yes, very important. I was at a rally today. The money on Prop 6 goes into a general fund. There is no way that they won't take it for something else. They took already $1 billion of your money in 2011 and flipped it into the state fund. And they never gave that back. Okay, and that was that gas tax that I was able to stop at the Board of Equalization, because you were supposed to, they took, to make a long story short, excise tax and sales tax. Excise tax goes to the state, sales tax went down to your counties and cities. They did a flip on that. They took $1 billion that was in reserve, and they did a flip on it so that they continued to get more, and they tried to equalize it, which is why the board was brought in, to equalize the actual amount of tax you pay at the pump. But it's not equal, it's not fair, and you all got ripped off with that. So when it came up this time for a vote, it was to increase your gas tax another 4 cents to equalize. I said no. I got a Democrat counterpart to say no. And believe it or not, we were on a 2-2. Actually, no, I think George. Was George there? George said no. Or was George absent? Anyway, it was a 2-2. It was 2-2 on the board. No action. It was Fiona Ma and Betty Yee that voted no, or that voted to increase the tax. Jerome Horton, actually, and I voted to hold it where it was. And so it was no action, which means you did not increase your gas tax by another 4 cents. After this 12 cents, after the cap and trade, it's going to be 63 cents. We did not do that. So, yay! You can get cooperation, because everybody in Southern California knows how expensive it is to drive, knows how hard it is to get around, and also knows how our roads and streets do not get funded. And Mr. Brown, Governor Brown, has put us on a road diet. So if you get that money from Prop 6, if your county or your city is trying to get money from the Prop 6 initiative, or from the 12-cent gas tax that they put on that we're repealing, if you get that money from them, you have to promise to give up one road to get another. So you have to condense your streets, which is probably, I probably put together what's probably going on in Encinitas in the Acadia area, where they're carving those streets down to they're taking 2 lanes out, making them 1 lane with a lot of roundabouts. I mean, can you imagine? That's a coast highway. You know, it's insane. It's really bad. But that's what they're forcing you to do, because they want us all in, riding our bike to the depot, hosing off, going to work. And that does not work with my hair and heels. I don't know about you, but that's not my thing. Helmets don't do the most for me. And I'm not doing it. So anyway, that is a big problem with this bill. But anyway, get back to the long story short. I decided to run for this. I ended up with party endorsements. I did win with 26% of the vote, and out of 16 people. Very, very proud, because it was really important. He's a tracker. Hi, how are you?
Good.
Okay, if you could not, boot him out. He's a tracker. He's one of Levin's trackers. He's Levin's tracker. I've got pictures of him. I have actual pictures of him.
Come on, guys. This is not. Come on. Get out. Come on. Bye-bye.
So they can see me doing dirty.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye, sweetheart. Have fun.